Talented Ones Media, hashtag TO Media, hashtag TO Radio, hashtag too many hashtags, keep hashtagging it out. And we're back. And we're back, man. Jay Shep, and y'all already know what's going on. Y'all know the vibes. I'm looking at this camera right here. Third camera view. Y'all already know the vibes. Jay Shep in the building. And today, you know, we've been having artists in the building. We've been having a lot of producers. We've even had some actors in the building. But seldom do we have, I'll say, influencers. Seldom do we have, I think this is the first time where I can say we've had like a true dancer, choreographer, actually a guy of many talents in the building. I would just say all around creative. Been doing this thing for a minute out here. If you're from Houston, Texas, Houston motherfucking Texas ho, you should know who this guy is. And if you don't, you've been under a social media rock for a long time. You got to give flowers and flowers and do. And ladies and gentlemen, we have what I would say is an unsung hero in the city, in a sense, when it comes to the social media area of Houston, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Vanilla Trill, or I know him as a.k.a. White Boy Chris, or as I know him as a.k.a. the first white guy I saw Djing in the high schools. Ladies and gentlemen, White Boy Chris.
You're going to make me blush, man.
Hey, we here. We are here, man. We appreciate you for coming on Talented Ones, man. We got to give people their flowers before we even start out the conversation.
I need to do my morning affirmations.
Hey, bro, I got you.
You got me feeling special over here.
Nah, for sure.
You.
No problem, man. No problem. First and foremost, I want to ask, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Productive day.
Mm-hmm.
Just happy to be experiencing life in this fashion. Just chilling.
For sure, that's a good thing. You know, you got to see how people are doing today. You know.
Yeah, facts. How you doing?
Man, you know, I appreciate you for asking, but it's a long ass day. But
long day.
Yeah, excuse me, mom.
Told me a little bit.
Yeah, you know, running around, day job, getting here. Gotta go to the airport after this.
Hustling. I feel you.
You know, but it's
keeping busy.
It's all good though. It's all good. First thing I wanted to really ask you is a question I asked one of my homies in a different interview. And since we're both from Houston, I feel like we gotta ask, which one, food wise, is better? Chicken wise, Timmy Chan's or Frenchie's?
Oh, I always liked Frenchie's more, but that's because I was going out to PV so often that I just had it more. But Timmy Chan's is like culturally undefeated. Like it's not even about the food.
It's just the experience.
what do you nod your head for? Like, if I bring someone to Houston, I'm not taking them to Frenchie's. I'm taking them to Timmy Chan's.
Okay. All right, we can continue.
For the experience.
All right, we can continue the interview. All right, we can continue the interview. I just had to check. I had to check. You know, and that's literally one of the conversations out there. So, now that we got all the formalities out the way, let's bro, let's get started, man.
The homie got mad at that one. He got upset a little bit.
Me?
Not him. He was
no, Mason's like a Frenchie's like fanatic.
Oh yeah.
Like, 'cause
that's what I'm saying. I grew up with it, but I know like culturally, the more Houston spot, you gotta take him to Timmy's.
Yeah, because Timmy's got the more. I don't want to say it's not. I don't want to say dirtier.
It's a different experience.
It's more of
sometimes dirtier is better.
It's a down home.
If I go to a certain restaurant, and there's like the chairs are ripped up and like. I can tell they've never like swept the floors. Like the food's about to smack.
Yeah, Timmy Chan's is one of them places where you'll see a roach and you won't get mad.
You'd be like, oh, so the food's good.
Right.
He's here too.
Yeah. So there we go.
I'm dead,
bro. That's that
staple. I feel you.
The Timmy Chan's roach in the corner.
Classic.
Guy can't beat it. Frenchie's, I think the staple is you're gonna be outside hot waiting or a long ass line. But off of food, let's get into. Like the town, let's get into what you've been going on. So you, for the past, can we say the past 10, 11 years?
Damn, I didn't even thought about it. I usually just always say 10 years, but I've been saying 10 years for like 3 years now. Started in 2010, so 11 years, yeah.
11 years. I'm pretty sure you was dancing way before and we saw it.
Yeah.
But, you know, in the age of 2010, 2011, when the social media really was kind of on the cusp,
coming out,
Twitter was still, you know, raunchy and, you know, roasting era.
I was using Twitter to promote my YouTube. I was doing videos on Facebook. It was really YouTube at first, though, like 2011, yeah.
And you know what's funny, though, about that, we was talking about this off air, that wasn't a time period when everything was that big on there. What made you
people
even...
wasn't really messing with it like that.
What made you start doing the content on like YouTube and social media and everything like that back then?
I was just interested in it. Like I just had a fun time making videos of my friends, editing them and shooting them and stuff. I was always trying to get my hands on different types of cameras and stuff. Finessing cameras from friends that were like into the photography game and like using the video capabilities to shoot our dance videos, and just it was more so like just kind of a way to have fun. Like back then there wasn't the pressures of like being famous on YouTube, or like there wasn't really even like people making a lot of money on YouTube.
Right.
So it was more so just being creative and just being a high schooler that just wanted to create some stuff with his friends.
That makes sense. So really just kind of started off on for the love.
Yeah, like we was just goofing off. Like just maybe get some of the homies to laugh. Like it just started out real pure. Like
when do you think when did you like have that moment, like that pickup moment, like, oh, this is something. I don't know what it is, but you know, this is something.
Probably when my first video got on World Star, cause like they don't have it no more. I mean, it exists, but nobody really care. It's World Star is an Instagram page now, but when World Star was a website where you'd like try to get your videos on there.
Music.
Yeah, all that, all the music videos, all the crazy compilations, fight compilations.
They had the porn on it.
They had a little bit of porn every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Sneak into that. But nah, man, I remember I was like a fan of like Texas boogie music and stuff, and T Wayne was making a bunch of songs, and he had South Dog Swag popping. I did a South Dog Swag video like as like a fan of his, and he ended up reaching out and he got on World Star, and then I started hanging out with him a bunch, and yeah, that's when everything kind of like flipped, because then I was coming in with T Wayne and Cheddar the Connect, who was his manager at the time, and all of us was just trying to like push music, and like there was purpose behind doing the videos at that point. So then I was like, shoot, I'm gonna just get all the videos popping so that we can get our own songs popping. I'll do our shit as well.
You know what's crazy? Because now that you think, that makes sense. First, let me hop out the
Yeah, it was all a plan. I'll tell you the story. We can get into that in a little bit, but there's a whole story behind that too. That's just
shit. Why don't we get into it now? You know
if you want to, I don't know. I don't want to like change up what you got planned or nothing.
I promise you. Look, these interviews are structured conversations, but they're conversations, so they gotta flow. You know, we didn't talk about the story. I gotta hear it now.
Yeah. So like basically like it was like a plan without a plan. How that whole song even happened. Like the first time you hop out the porch, like I was just making dance videos to make dance videos, and Wayne just became my best friend. So we were just spending all of our time together. Like I had got my own little like 1-bedroom apartment. I was like 20. We were pushing the South Dog Swag stuff, and then I started doing like Vine. Like Vine started popping off, so I started doing Vine dance videos, and those started going. And the Carlton thing happened. So I get back from doing the Carlton video in Atlanta at the 2 Chainz video shoot, and so everyone's wanting me and my boy Nubs to do videos together. So we shooting all these videos. Shout out my dog
in real life, but Nubs had a moment.
Nubs is killing it right now. Nubs is still doing great. We talk about that too. But with the situation with Wayne was dancing in the videos with me, because he was like, man, none of my songs really popping right now. South Dog Swag didn't gone off. He was in a deal with, he had signed to Waka Flocka. We was pushing Turn Down for What, and that had kind of like died down, all the hype around that, and they had kind of like Waka's like family still. Miss Dev is like Aunt Dev, like she's always gonna be like family. But we just weren't in Atlanta as much. Like we was at home trying to figure it out.
Right.
And so I'm doing all these videos to people's songs. And I did this video to someone paid me like $200 to dance to their song. And back then people wasn't like really paying people to dance to songs.
Right.
Like it was an oddity. So I did this video. He ended up getting like 500,000 streams on SoundCloud in like a day, just off that one video. And I was like, damn, hold up. Why don't we do one of your songs? Like, what you been working on? Like, you've been in my house making dance videos with me for the past couple months. Like, what you got going on? And he's like, man, all I got is freestyles right now. And like one of the videos that we had that was popping on Vine was hit her in my whip, that bit nasty, too bad bitch. But so that was nasty.
Right.
So he had made a freestyle to that beat because we made a dance video to the song and it blew up. So he was like, oh, I got these freestyles. So I'm going through the freestyles. I hear that one. And I'm like, this don't even sound like the song. I'm like, this sounds like a whole different song. Let's do this one. Like, on the drop, we'll do the whip because there's no whip song right now.
Right.
This is before the whole Salento shit. So we did it, and then a week after, just off of our video, the song has 75,000 downloads on Apple Music. And he's like, holy shit, like, I never had this many buys. Like, usually people just listen to it. Mm-hmm. So then we just started hitting up people we knew through dance videos, like, hey, do a video to this. Like social media, like influencer marketing wasn't even a thing at the time. We was just hitting up everybody like, hey, this video's going viral for us. You should do this song. So we got everyone to do it. Everybody. Michi and them, we was trying to, like, Michi's always been my dog, but we was trying to get them to do it. At first, they wasn't doing it, but then once everyone else was doing it, they're like, all right, we got to do it too. Mm-hmm. So Michi and Quan did one with Hotspot, and it just kind of took off from there.
Nice.
Went platinum, almost double platinum, got me a little plaque at the crib. Shout out T-Wayne.
But you know it's crazy though, because what you're actually telling people from this story is like, yo, that lane that you sported early, that shows real results.
Yeah, like the crazy part is like, we had no plans. Like, we didn't make that song and like, this is it. Like, we were really just kind of like, we should just start doing your songs because it's just like, why not? We're blowing up everybody else's music.
Might as well blow your stuff.
Might as well. Someone might as well win out this.
Right.
So it was kind of like a spur of the moment thing.
Nah, for sure. I think that's dope.
Yeah.
And I think the real dope thing is for you. I've been peeping over the years that like you don't stay in one box. You know, even when it comes to like your dancing, it's like, okay, you got had the moment when you was like the Mark Gasol, and then you had the Carlton moment.
Yeah, that's what I learned over the years. Was I was like, every year I gotta have a thing. So I was just trying to create different moments, like just by just goofing off and having fun and just kind of following what the YouTube comments said. Mm-hmm. So people was making fun of me, saying like it went viral on Twitter. One of my dance videos was like, yo, Mark Gasol hitting that hoe. So I was like, bet. I went and bought a Memphis Grizzlies Mark Gasol t-shirt, threw that bitch on.
He had the long beard.
Yeah, I had a big beard at the time, and Mark Gasol had a big beard, so it just worked out. So I did a little video. Then I ended up meeting Mark Gasol. The Grizzlies was like messing with me on Twitter. Like, it was hilarious. And I'm like a big Rockets fan, so die hard.
And you've had viral videos in the Rockets game.
Yeah, shout out to the Rockets. They've been a blessing. They always kind of open up their doors to ideas. Mm. Like, if ever I have ideas, like do something on the dance cam or bring someone in to do something on the dance cam, or even that opportunity where we kind of got in trouble for it, throwing on them Usher uniforms and going up there and hitting that hoe. But that was fun, for sure.
Nah, and I think the thing that, I guess, from the outside in, but just anybody in general, because nowadays I think the dancing, I don't want to say dance influencer, but like, because I feel like there's the real lane for dancers. I can tell you put like a lot of work into your craft, into your choreography. No matter if it's dancing, what's popular right now, or your own choreography you're sporting. You've been really dancing for a long time.
Long time. I slowed down recently because I'm just kind of like, I want to try more stuff, and I didn't want to just be kept in that box. Mm-hmm. But I've been dancing since I was a kid, just for fun. Like, I'm always gonna be that. I got hella rhythm. Even when I'm DJing, you came and saw me DJ. Like, right. I'm dancing when I'm DJing. Like, I have a blast DJing because it's like I'm in my own zone. Like,
what made you start that? Because I think I saw something on social media a while back. You was like, it was kind of like a quarantine thing. But
it wasn't a quarantine thing. I've been DJing for 5 years now.
Really? Yeah. So when we saw it, we were late.
So like a lot of people caught on to it in quarantine, because in quarantine, everyone's social media stuff was just like on a stage at that point, because that's all everyone had was Instagram. Right. So I was doing those lives and stuff, but it's actually like, it's kind of a weird story. I had moved to Las Vegas just to work with some people that were friends of mine. DJ J Bling, he was DJing for Floyd Mayweather as well as making his own music, and he's just an internet genius. Period. He's like my big brother. So I was out there working with him, and he always had this DJ set up in his house when I came to visit. I was like, hey, do you mind if I like play around with it? So I started playing around with it, and I came to him, and I was like, I really want to learn this. So like, he would sit down with me daily. Like, we got a house together. He would sit down with me every day. This does this. This how you do this. Da da da. And I'd be there for hours just trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And like after like a month, I kind of had a general knowledge of how to make shit sound okay. So I started streaming it on Facebook, and it just started popping off to the point where like every time I was going live on Facebook, the amount of viewers would double every week, and we called it Trill Tuesday. And a lot of people don't even know about this because it was like just a Facebook thing. I never like told anyone about it.
Never put it on no type of social
Never
media.
posted anywhere. I've never been the type to been like, look at these numbers I just got on this video. Never been that guy because I've always got numbers. But like the first time I did it, it had like 50, 60,000. It's stupid. So the first time I did it in the live, it's like, oh, 60,000 people were watching your live. I was like, oh shit, for real? I'm gonna do this again next week. And then like everyone's talking about, we gotta come up with a name for it. We're gonna call it Trill Tuesdays. I was like, bet. Made a little flyer, threw it on my Facebook. Next week, 150,000. Next week, 250,000. Next week, 500,000. And then it got to the point where I started people, like girls in Las Vegas, like, we want to come be on your live stream. I was like, man, pull up to the house. Like, we going to have some food, drinks, whatever. So we had like a little get together, all the homies dancing and stuff. And I'm streaming and I'm looking at the stream while I'm DJing. I'm like, yo, this shit says there's 6,000 people watching right now. Like, what is this? And so I looked away. I did another hour, ended it, looked. It said 1.2 million. And I was like, bro, I was only on here for 2 hours. Like, what are you talking about? 1.2 million people were watching this. Like, it was a crazy experience. But, like, that's when I knew, like, I should really start taking it more serious. And so Bling kind of threw me some gigs. I was doing boxing matches for TMT. Me and Bling did the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight. And then Floyd opened up a strip club, and Bling was like, I need help with the strip club. Like, you gonna help me with the strip club? I was like, hell yeah. So I started DJing at Floyd's strip club, Girl Collection in Las Vegas.
And you know what's crazy? If no one, I feel like no one would, like, I don't want to say, it's a lot of people that know that, but then you gotta
but
think
I ain't never, like, post much about it.
Yeah, and it's you never had, I feel like I like what you're doing right now because this is what I would say is the humbly talking shit moment.
It's not talking shit. It's just what happened.
No, what I'm
it's
saying,
reality.
like, you're humbly talking your shit. Like you're in your Jan sport.
But see, that's something I learned just kind of like being around TMT. Was so many people came around every day. Mind you, we live in Las Vegas. We're doing stuff with Floyd all the time. Like we always at the gym. We was going to his house for parties and stuff. Like every time you see people come around Floyd, everyone wants a picture. Everyone wants to show that Floyd dapped them up, that they're with Floyd, So I just never wanted to be that guy because I was respecting the stuff I was learning just from being allowed to be around. Like his his kids, like Yaya, Karan, like all the kids, like was fucking my dances. Like I still have relationships with them to this day. It's all the homies. Like it was real genuine for me. Like I wasn't there to be seen. I was there to learn and kind of like embrace the moment. So, like, it was never about posting the shit. Like, I just had fun.
You know what's crazy? I think that's a perfect segue. And Mason knows what I'm about to ask you. So, on the show, Talented Ones, we love to ask this question. And actually, today, I didn't wear the hoodie or the merchandise, but I definitely need to give you one of our hoodies. So, we asked everybody on this show about which one do they prefer, their journey or their destination. And so, I've got a whole bunch of different answers from it. I've asked every guest I've sat with since 2017 is, talk about this question. So, I got to ask you, which one do you prefer? The journey that you've been on, what you've been learning, the connections, the blessings, or is it the destination?
Definitely journey because it's nonstop. The destination isn't really meant to be enjoyed. It's a weird thing. Like, the moment it's meant to be appreciated. But, like, when you get caught up in, like, I made it here, then a lot of people get stuck. But the reason why it's the journey is because it's nonstop. The whole thing's a journey. Like, I remember the dreams I had when I was fresh out of high school with it. I reached them in, like, 2-3 years. And at that point, I was like, what's next? And I was like, okay, at this point, I just got to continue to live in the moment. Because people get so caught up in, I got to do this and I got to do that. So the biggest thing for me is, like, I'll take note of it, and I'm very appreciative, and I live in a constant state of gratitude. But even being in a position where I can sit somewhere here and someone cares to know what I think about something, that means a lot to me. Like, every day is inching towards something, and I'm just constantly trying to push in a positive direction, constantly trying to inspire the people around me. Like, I got my goals, like things I want to do in life. But even when I reach that, it's like, okay, what I got to do now? Like, what do I want now? Like, I'm personally Christian. I'm not, like, super religious or anything, but I'm Christian. And I pray for the things I want in life. And I've received. I'm like 10 for 10. Like I even to a point where I was like, my life's getting kind of crazy. I wanted to kind of calm down a little bit. I want to just live a nice, stable life for a little bit. Like I want everything to be kind of smooth, and that happened. And now I'm like, okay, well now I got new goals. Now I want to learn this. I want to learn that. I'm dipping into helping friends with their music and managing, marketing. I'm learning how to engineer, how to produce. I've been writing for some people on songs. Like I care about music as a whole, so I want to touch all these different things and kind of reach these goals and all these different things. So it's really like new goals are growing in a bunch of different directions. So I just kind of would say, I mean, obviously the journey is the answer because that's what it is. The destination is the